Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is the big man Boisterous coming to you with some Mixed League Mania out of the Shattered Temple. Up here in the north position, we have OrchidIce spawning in as the purple Protoss, and over here at the right, we have BreachX spawning in as the blue Terran. As this game starts off, both of them are warming up with the good luck have funs, and I would just like to say that I am extremely happy to have the support of everybody that's subscribing to my YouTube channel, or just posting in my Battle.net thread. Just all you guys are awesome, and I love you all. You're just all beautiful people. We do have OrchidIce going for a pretty standard, just 9 pylon. Nothing really amazing coming out for him. This probe is amazingly actually not going out to scout instead of just going back to my minerals. Typically you see people scout with the probe that they use to drop their gateway. So this is it's a bit of lost minerals because I guess against Terran you can do this and it'll be okay, but really you don't need to. It's not a requirement. You just don't need to, because ideally, I mean, some Terran will definitely wall off their fronts, but most Terran won't against Protoss, or at least I don't see a whole lot of Terran wall off against Protoss unless they're going for something super cheesy. So really the fact that they're walling off is a good reminder, well, just a good scout. You see them walling off and you're like, what are they doing behind that wall that they can't let me in? Because walling off is actually, especially that early, like where you would be sending out a 10 probe, your 10th probe to be able to scout it. Walling off that early is very indicative of cheese. Really, I mean, the only strategy that somebody could be going for in that situation would be a cheesy strategy. I don't think I've ever seen somebody wall off that fast, like pull 2 SCVs off the line to wall off and then just play standard. I guess you could, it would just be very odd. Typically they'd follow that up with some sort of like really fast expand or some sort of really fast in-base second orbital, or a fast third somewhere, or a fast natural somewhere else on the map that isn't at your natural. But really nothing all that interesting around. The probe does get in here and sees everything, just amazingly standard, just standard orbital timing, just one gas play. So I'd expect to see a factory from this SCV as soon as he's done building this little supply depot. Oh, actually a bunker at the front, that's a bit odd. Typically you won't see players go for a bunker at the front, and if they will, they'll go for it like down here so they can actually secure their natural very easily early in the game. This really fast bunker at the top of the ramp actually does suggest a bit of cheese. And this is an amazingly fast engineering bay. I'm not quite sure why he's going for such a fast engineering bay, because he has no production structures. He has 1 barracks. He's building up a lot of gas right now. I think he should definitely be going for a factory at this point. He's actually going for a second bunker at the front. And despite the fact that he can salvage these both and recover 75 minerals from each, it's still 200 minerals that that is down on the fields. It's 200 minerals that he cannot be using, and that's not really what he wants to do. He has an amazingly fast +1, so that's going to benefit his marine a whole lot. He has 1 unit out on the fields, so this is an amazingly fast upgrade play coming out for our Terran player. Not something I agree with personally. I do agree that upgrades are important, but you don't need to rush upgrades that hard. If you're going to be going for such a fast engineering bay, you should drop down like a 2nd and 3rd racks, just so that you can produce a lot while that upgrade's going down. Because you're gonna see his money probably skyrocket pretty soon unless he just starts queuing stuff up. And there the stim goes down. He's getting his supply depot. His 2nd barracks is only like halfway there, so he can only spend money so fast, and he's spending it on a missile turret at his front. This is a bit unneeded. Actually, there's a Stargate going down. I'm amazed that this missile turret is at the front. I think he might be just a bit afraid of Dark Templar. I'm not sure if he's gotten Dark Templar rushed in the past and doesn't want it to happen again, or anything like that. But a missile turret at the front this early is extremely odd, to be honest. Most players will at least put it, at the mineral line, or even like at the back of their base, or near their production structures. But at the front, I don't quite see the requirement for it. because if a Dark Templar tries to slip in, actually I don't think he's straight walled off. I think a Dark Templar might be able to slip through there. I'm not quite sure how big the Dark Templar are. I think they can fit through that. I'm fairly sure that a Dark Templar could, in theory, fit through that. But really, I mean, you could scan, ideally. And basically, you could just pull a Marauder back and kill it. The Dark Templar are not that hard to defeat. And there we do see the missile turret going down right next to the main, and a fleet beacon coming out for OrchidIce. I've actually been focusing a lot on Terran in this game, I just realized. But yeah, we see a Stargate and a fleet beacon coming out, which are some interesting tech choices. We do have 3, so we're going to have 3 gate carrier rush. That's an awkward combination against Terran, excuse me, just because Marines take down interceptors so fast. I mean, you can say, I mean, carriers are good against some Zerg, but even then, I mean, Zerg Hydralisks and Terran Marines will absolutely rip your carriers apart. They don't even really need to kill the carrier, they just disable enough interceptors, and then suddenly it's just a useless unit to you, to be quite honest. But he doesn't seem to be going for any sort of carrier. He's not getting the Gravitron Catapult, and he just chrono boosted on the Nexus. That chrono boost is actually amazingly high. I think he should be you know, the OrchidIce should be spending it on some other things, you know, maybe even just, you know, she has, or he or she, whatever, has a lot of money. OrchidIce is an amazingly feminine name, so I'm just gonna say she. She has a lot of money right now. And oh, that's where the money's going. Mothership. Okay, she's bringing in the ultimate Protoss vessel. Why not? Now, on a map like this with 1 base play, I think a mothership can be quite hilarious, to be quite honest. Because if you go for really like fast tech, or you know, really fast unit production, you can get like a whole ton of units, and you need 3 sentries, I believe it is, to permanently force field a ramp. So you just pull 3 sentries off of your army, and you mass recall your entire army into the back of his base. And you know, that's just a fun strategy in general. I mean, you can't go wrong with mass recall. I think the mothership is an underused unit, but I can definitely see why it's underused, because Stargate tech is just so useless for the most part. It's just so easily countered by very basic units from, you know, any race really. Stargate tech is pretty easily negated by queens, or you know, Hydralisks if you get enough numbers, and we do see the MMM army moving up, or well, just M&M army moving up, but it's going to be quickly stopped by these sentries. He does not want to even try to break up that ramp. He has nothing massive. He's not going to be able to stomp down force fields, nor will he be able to fly over force fields with medevacs. He's very committed to this M&M play, to be honest, which is something that I don't agree with specifically against Protoss, just because without those medevacs, I mean, you stim once and your army will lose to the Protoss army, essentially. There's very little ways for it to win, and the mothership is out. It's just kind of chilling here, cloaking probes currently, but where are you going to go, Mr. Mothership? Mothership is an amazing, like, just looking unit. It just, it's so pretty. You have like this little tiny orbital platform things moving around it, and it's just, oh my god, I love the mothership. I'm so sad they're taking it out, to be quite perfectly honest. It's just such an awesome unit. We do have the Terran forces trying to bust up, but we're just the force field, the ramp. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We have the map editor as the Protoss forces, and yeah, okay, that was a really bad camera angle, but yeah, I love the mothership. It's just an awesome unit, and we do see a lot of racks coming up. Nice little core of supply depots. He does have his natural, so he does have, you know, actually not that much more income, because Protoss is fully saturated, actually overly fully saturated. And he has 30 harvesters. Terran just went up to 35, and here's the mothership. He has 4 sentries split off, so he actually could bring 1 sentry over here, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna see the mass recall, and there we go. Oh yeah. Oh my god. I love motherships. It's a beautiful unit, really. The mothership, although it does no damage, it just looks so cool. It does like 6 damage. Actually, it has 6 attacks. What? So it does 36 damage every 2.21 seconds. That's actually not bad. It's not wonderful, certainly, but it's not like the worst DPS unit in the game. I actually didn't know that it did 6 attacks. I thought it just did 2. Huh. We're learning new things every day, people. And yeah, this is a pretty potent Protoss force. It is going to be able to be seen right now because of this missile turret, but still, it's a bad situation for the Terran currently. His entire base has been essentially gutted. All of this production is going to be able to be camped at this point, and the Protoss almost has enough energy for another mass recall. He needs like 30 more seconds worth of energy, and then he can mass recall in more units. But I think he actually built a pylon, and that's how you want to do it, folks. Bring in a probe, build that pylon, warp in units in your enemy's main, and you get instant reinforcements, essentially. His entire army is going to have to pull back from your front door, so you can spend your second mass recall energy on bringing all those sentries into the fray, or you can just make a warp prison, go up to Robotech real fast, make a warp prison, make a couple of mortals, recall those back to you. And I think really this kind of drop play, or drop using the term lightly play from Protoss, is underused, because the mothership is like the ultimate dropship. It kind of just flies into the back of the base, and then it just recalls all of its units, and it can carry 36 Protoss units or something crazy like that. It's just in a targeted area. And can I check the radius? No, I cannot. But it's it can bring in a lot of units. Plus the fact that it generates a cloaking field that basically requires your enemy to have detection with him. It's an amazingly powerful unit. I'm amazed that people don't use it more often, mainly because of the oh shit factor, where your opponents are going to see the mothership and go, well, how am I going to pull this one off? Because really barely anybody has to deal with a mothership. So unless they're already on like Viking tech and they have a reasonable amount of Vikings, which typically people won't go as long as you show some other form of tech and you hide your Stargate. So if you like show Twilight Council, like it looks like fast blink stalkers, then they're probably going to not be at Viking tech yet. They might get medevacs, they might stock up on medevacs. Medevacs don't really matter when you're facing a mothership. And really, it's just such a surprise unit for the Protoss to break out in. And again, I'm just amazed that I don't see more and more of it every day. And this is looking like a pretty easy win for OrchidIce. It's 80 to 35 supply right now. All of the missile turrets are going down. We're going to see the bunkers go down pretty soon. The Marauders are not that OP against Stalkers, I am sorry to say to all of those Terrans. Yeah, that's it. Game over. Anyway, guys, you can head on over to youtube.com/user/boisteroussc2 to catch up on any Boisterous action you have missed. Also, you can send in any games that you want casted over to boisteroussc2@gmail.com, and just keep an eye out. Keep sending people over to me. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, so you guys can expect to see a new video at some point during those days. Uploadings are usually done around 6 to 9 EST, so it's just trying to keep it very. Anyway, guys, this is Boisterous signing out.